Tangled Hearts, Part 4, Shadows of the Past. Liam couldn't focus after the call. The familiar voice from his past echoed in his mind, dragging him back to a place he had tried to escape for years. His carefully constructed walls trembled as old wounds threatened to reopen. Emma noticed Liam's distraction the next time they met. They were supposed to have dinner at a quiet Italian restaurant she loved, but Liam's usual charm seemed dulled. He kept glancing at his phone, as though waiting for something, or someone. "Is everything okay?" Emma asked gently, her tone laced with concern. Liam hesitated. His instinct was to say, "I'm fine," to brush it off like he always did. But there was something about Emma's steady gaze that made him feel like he couldn't hide anymore. "I got a call," he admitted finally. "From someone I haven't spoken to in years. It's complicated." Emma reached across the table, her hand brushing his lightly. "You don't have to explain if you're not ready. But I'm here if you want to talk about it." Her kindness both comforted and terrified him. He wasn't used to people who stayed, people who offered support without expecting something in return. Later that night, Liam found himself alone in his penthouse, staring at his phone. He hadn't called back yet. He knew what the voice on the other end wanted: closure, answers, maybe even forgiveness. But was he ready to give it? Memories flooded back unbidden. The betrayal, the lies, and the loss of someone he thought he'd spend forever with. His ex-fiancée, Sophie, had been everything he thought he wanted. But the discovery of her affair had shattered him, leaving scars he hadn't allowed to heal. Now, years later, she was reaching out. Why? The next day, Emma and Liam took a walk through Central Park, enjoying the crisp autumn air. Emma loved how the park seemed to transform with the seasons, each one bringing a new kind of beauty. But as much as she loved Liam's company, she couldn't ignore the tension radiating from him. "You've been quiet," she said after a while. Liam stopped walking and turned to face her. "I need to tell you something." Emma's heart raced. Was this it? Was he about to confess feelings for her, or was he going to say something that would push her away? "I haven't been completely honest with you," he began. "There's someone from my past, someone who hurt me deeply. And now, she's back." Emma's stomach twisted. Was this about another woman? She tried to keep her voice steady as she asked, "Back in what way?" "She called me," Liam said, running a hand through his hair. "After all this time, she wants to talk. I don't know why, and honestly, I don't know if I want to find out." Emma felt a pang of jealousy but quickly pushed it aside. This wasn't about her. Liam was clearly struggling, and he needed her understanding, not her insecurities. "What do you want to do?" she asked softly. Liam sighed. "I don't know. Part of me wants to ignore it, to keep moving forward. But another part of me feels like I'll never really be free of it until I face her." Over the next few days, Emma tried to be as supportive as she could. But it wasn't easy. She found herself questioning her place in Liam's life. Was she just a distraction? A temporary comfort while he dealt with his unresolved past? Meanwhile, Liam finally decided to meet Sophie. They arranged to meet at a quiet cafe on the Upper West Side. When Sophie walked in, Liam was struck by how much she had changed, and how much she hadn't. She still had the same confident air, the same piercing gaze that used to make him feel like he was the only person in the room. But there was something different too, a vulnerability he hadn't seen before. "Liam," she said, her voice tinged with emotion. "Thank you for meeting me." Liam nodded, keeping his expression neutral. "What do you want, Sophie?" She hesitated, then said, "I wanted to apologize. For everything. For how I hurt you, for the way I ended things. I've spent years regretting it." Liam didn't respond immediately. He had spent so long resenting her, blaming her for his inability to trust again. But hearing her apology stirred something unexpected in him: closure. "I appreciate that," he said finally. "But you can't undo the past." "I know," Sophie said, her voice breaking. "I just needed to say it. I needed you to know that I'm sorry." As Liam left the cafe, he felt a strange sense of relief. The encounter hadn't been easy, but it had given him something he didn't realize he needed: peace. He called Emma as he walked through the city. "Hey," he said when she answered. "Can I see you?" When Liam arrived at Emma's apartment, He looked more at ease than she had seen him in days. "How did it go?" she asked. "It's over," he said simply. She apologized, "and I think I finally let go of all the anger I was holding on to." Emma smiled. "I'm glad to hear that." Liam took her hand, his expression earnest. "I know I haven't made things easy for you, but I want you to know that I'm here now. No more distractions, no more holding back." Emma's heart swelled at his words. "I'm here too," she said. As their relationship deepened, Emma and Liam began to dream about the future. But just as they started to believe they could have it all, a new challenge emerged, one that would test their love in ways they never expected.